I'm going to take you to the little northeast Iowa town of Ossian. It is located 13 miles south of Decorah, Iowa. The population is 853 according to the 2000 census. Its history dates back to 1823, but you're going to be hard-pressed to find any significant information pertaining to its history. It primarily owes its existence to the railroad tracks going through town, which runs on a ridge separating the watersheds of the Yellow and Turkey rivers. The community was named after an Irish poet, Ossian, and for John Ossian Porter, an early settler. Ossian is getting ready for the 2009 Memorial Day Parade. The town is located in the South Winneshiek Community School District. It is predominantly Catholic, with several other churches in and around town. Ossian is also the headquarters for Riley Road Construction Company, which employs many people in the area. Ossian has a weekly newspaper and a golf course. You can see the veterans and the middle school band are preparing for the parade. I remember being part of this community myself when I was going through high school. I was born in Decorah, Iowa, and I'm now living and working in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. This happens a lot to communities like this, where the youth goes off to distant schools and finds jobs elsewhere. This is an agriculture community with a large flourishing co-op. Corn and soybeans are the commodities sold to ports on the Mississippi River or to the alcohol plants where the corn is processed into gasohol fuel. Small farms are consolidating into larger corporate farms, which is the cause for the population to shift to larger cities. The truth be told, the people who work and live here are the lucky ones. You can see the parade's almost ready. Let's listen for a few minutes to the sounds of how Ossian, Iowa celebrates Memorial Day 2009. This is the South Winneshiek Middle School Band. You can see their practice is paying off, and they should be in outstanding form when they reach their high school years. The Ossian Fire Department is showing their firefighting equipment to a very proud community. The old fire truck shows the technical improvements of the new fire truck. The ambulance is following close behind. You gotta wonder if these trucks are planting the seeds for new volunteers standing in the streets of Ossian who will someday make their contribution to this community. As an outsider looking in, Ossian is a very neat little community for a person choosing to raise a family here. I know this fact because I'm seeing my nephew playing in the marching band that you see before you today. Doesn't this make you feel proud to be an American? I know I am today. God bless America and all the veterans and your families that make this country a great place to live. You can see the community spirit here that you cannot always see in larger communities. This community is coming together to remember the veterans who were willing to get in harm's way to protect our liberty and freedom that we enjoy today. An example is the freedom of speech, to speak out against the government without any repercussions. Yes, unfortunately, it includes burning the flag. We have the right to protest. It's there in the Bill of Rights. Our forefathers would have it no other way. Thomas Jefferson, an author of the Declaration of Independence, had strong thoughts on the matter of government. The Bill of Rights was attached to the new Constitution so that the country could get enough votes from the states to form a federal government. These first 10 amendments are changes added to our new Constitution. New amendments are written and passed to keep up with the times. The Constitution is a living document, and it should be a little difficult to open and change. 60% of the majority of states is needed to ratify an amendment. Each state must pass an amendment by a 60% margin. This protects us from mob rule. Amendments need to be thought out thoroughly before it is added to the Constitution. This is the South Winneshiek Middle School Band. Memorial Day is a United States federal holiday observed on the last Monday of May. Formerly known as Decoration Day, it commemorates U.S. soldiers who died while in the military service. First enacted to honor the Union soldiers of the American Civil War, it was extended after World War I to honor Americans who have died in all wars. By the early 20th century, Memorial Day was an occasion for more general expressions of memory, as ordinary people visited the graves of their deceased relatives, whether they had served in the military or not. By 1865, the practice of decorating soldiers' graves had become widespread in the North. The first known observance was in Waterloo, New York, on May 5, 1866. On May 5, 1868, a proclamation that Decoration Day should be observed nationwide. It was observed for the first time on May 30th of that same year. The date was chosen because it was not an anniversary of a battle. The northern states quickly adopted the holiday. Michigan made Decoration Day the official state holiday in 1871. And by 1890, every northern state followed suit. By 1870, the remains of nearly 300 Union dead had been buried in 73 national cemeteries located mostly in the South, near the battlefields. The most famous are Gettysburg's National Cemetery in Pennsylvania and Arlington National Cemetery near Washington. The ceremonies and Memorial Day address at the Gettysburg National Park were nationally famous, starting in 1868. In July 1913, veterans of the United States and Confederate armies gathered in Gettysburg to commemorate the 50-year anniversary of the Civil War's bloodiest and most famous battle. The 4-day blue and gray reunion featured parades and reenactments, and speeches from a host of dignitaries, including President Woodrow Wilson, the first Southerner in the White House since the war. The preferred name for the holiday gradually changed from Decoration Day to Memorial Day, which was first used in 1882. It did not become more common until after World War II, and was not declared the official name by federal law until 1969. On June 28, 1968, the Congress passed a Uniform Holidays Bill, which moved 3 holidays from their traditional dates to a specific Monday, in order to create a convenient 3-day weekend. The holidays include Washington's birthday, Veterans Day, and Memorial Day. The change moved Memorial Day from its traditional May 30th to the last Monday in May.